hear me out. So I'm kind of getting annoyed by those videos that are like, what happens if you don't eat for this amount of time? But before you judge, hear me out. Okay, so first off, it's the audience that I'm more concerned about. Like, who is advertised to? It really depends on who's watching. Because I know that teenagers like my age were going through a lot of bodily changes, and some of them might watch those kinds of videos so that they think that they can lose weight from it, which is not really that type of content that it's intended to be, maybe. Before y'all go and say like, oh, well, that's not its intention, like, even if, like, obviously it's probably not, but doesn't mean that people will go after it. And while I'm saying that you don't necessarily need to cover up everything, because anyone will discover anything on the internet, I am just saying that its audience is something to really be aware of. And I know that lots of teenagers might look at that and be like, oh, well, why don't I try this? But just so you know, those are educational videos, and they're not necessarily for people to follow. But even though you might be advertising that out there like, no, it's not, some people might take it a little too far and think that it'll make them have certain results and go to measures, because fasting is different from something else. So those videos, I wish they clarified that more, because some of the times I may be overanalyzing it, but sometimes the way they put those things is kind of misleading. Because I do believe that there is a link between social media and EDs, and I do believe that a lot of it is because not just the models online, but the way that they believe that models become this, because obviously it's not necessarily always stated how people get that skinny, but there's, on the rise of EDs, people might think that that's how they do it, and so they do it themselves. Now, my second reason. My second reason is that it often is inaccurate, because everybody's body is different in how they deal with fasting, or how they deal with these like things, and ketosis and timings, digestion, all that stuff. It's different for everyone. So while they have these hour periods, like in this certain hours, this is what happens, it doesn't necessarily mean it's for everyone. And while they try to do their best in explaining it, not all of it may be accurate. And so that's why I would consult with a doctor, nurse, teacher, or someone who's really specialized in that field. And even if they are on the internet and they are specialists, I feel like it's a very individual thing. And so, yeah, that is my reasoning. Now, don't come after me, but I'm just saying that I think that maybe they aren't so helpful for the whole general public. Anyway, bye.